one of the hardest parts of a life of faith. Not the praying, but the waiting and the not knowing. When a prayer goes unanswered, it can feel like silence, rejection, or even abandonment. But there are ways to walk through it without losing your faith or your heart. If God is only good when He says yes, then your faith will always feel fragile. But if God is still good when the answer is unclear, delayed, or different, then your faith becomes unshakable. Let's take this slowly and honestly. 1. Acknowledge the disappointment instead of pretending it doesn't hurt. Unanswered prayer creates a kind of grief, the loss of what you hoped God would do. Many people try to spiritualize it away, but God never asked you to hide your pain from Him. David said, "How long, O Lord?" He didn't pretend. He brought the ache into the conversation. Coming to terms with unanswered prayer begins with telling the truth about how it feels. 2. Separate God's silence from God's absence. Silence feels like absence, but they are not the same thing. Sometimes God is quiet because He's working in ways you can't see yet, because the timing isn't right, because the story is still unfolding, but His presence hasn't left you. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted. Near, even when He's not saying yes. 3. Understand that unanswered doesn't always mean no. There are several possibilities. Not yet. Timing is part of God's wisdom. Not this way. The method you imagined isn't the one that will bring life. Not this thing, because something else is coming. Not for the reason you think. Sometimes a prayer is answered in a deeper place than the one you targeted. Coming to terms with unanswered prayer often means loosening your grip on how God must respond. 4. Look for the quiet ways God has responded. Sometimes the answer isn't the miracle you asked for, but strength you didn't have before, peace that doesn't match the situation, clarity that came slowly, people who showed up at the right moment, a shift in your heart, the ability to endure what once felt impossible. These are answers too, just not the ones we expected.